What's going on, guys? Mark and Cookie here, bringing you a new segment that we'd like to call Just a Little Tip. There's really no way to make that not subjective at all.
We just run with it. We just run with it.
Anyways, it's a whole new segment that we're hoping to build for you guys, especially for those who are looking to build their knowledge on geek pop culture and anything of the such.
Yep. For those who don't know, I'm Cookie.
How do they not know that?
Well, they don't know who you are.
That's fine. I didn't want to make it a big deal.
Oh, well, we gotta make it a big deal.
Why do we have to make it a big deal?
Because if they don't know who you are, then it's just a random person giving them advice with no.
No, man. I'm Mark. I'm the one usually behind the camera.
I'm the guy who's usually talking in front of the camera.
So.
Which I'm still talking in front of the camera. Okay.
Nothing changes.
Yeah.
I think the most obvious tip that we could probably give to those people out there is go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, notification bell, so that you'll be notified whenever we drop a new video, because every video will have some sort of information.
Absolutely.
To some degree. And our podcast, of course,
yeah.
The thing that birthed it off for us.
Just LittlePodcast. We're all over the place, so we're on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and the newest one, Podcoin. If you're not using Podcoin, you do listen to podcasts on a regular, highly recommend downloading that app because it allows you to go and get coins. These coins can be used to redeem, so you can get an Amazon gift card or Starbucks. Or if you wanted to, you can actually donate to charity.
I didn't know that you could donate.
Yeah, you can actually donate.
I didn't realize that. I'll be honest, and I actually just downloaded it recently using our code, which is
LittlePodcast.
And they'll give you
300 points. That's
what I got, 300 points. As well as with my listening, I got about 500 already. So jumping right into our first official tip, or I guess what would be tip number 2 now, is to stick to a specific character and just learn as much as you can about that character. That's more specific to how I personally kind of expanded my knowledge in geek pop culture. There was a lot of ways to already learn because of the fact that there were cartoons already out, there were the MCU's already out, and it provides a good avenue for you to learn more. But I knew that was just the tip of the iceberg. It's a little intimidating with how many characters there are out there and how many different cartoons and different storylines off the bat. My character that I went to learn more about mistakenly was Spider-Man, and Spider-Man has so many different storylines within him, just as him being a character in the Marvel universe. But with that, I was able to learn more about the different universes out there, all the different kinds of spider people, the events that would happen seasonally throughout the year, as well as the different characters that he ran into. And that just helped me learn more about how the whole comic book world kind of is structured.
Sweet deal. I remember you were telling me that one of the biggest things that kind of helped you out as far as finding out Spider-Man was the video game.
Yeah, really cool story. You're right. I mean, I was playing Spider-Man long when it was on PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. It's nothing like how it was now.
Yeah, not at all.
No, the spider web would kind of just hang randomly, stick to random stuff.
The animations, everything was repetitive. But back then, that was the go-to for Spider-Man. Like, if you didn't know comic books, you fell in love with Spider-Man through a video game. And then you wanted to research who he was.
Right, and I mean, like I said, that's a little bit more specific to, or it might be helpful for you guys to look to a specific character. I know, Cookie, you had a different
I had a totally different take. I was a big TV guy or TV kid. Both my brother and I used to always watch TV. We would watch wrestling, we would watch Power Rangers. Ninja Turtles was a big part of our lives. We both kind of grew up wanting to become a Ninja Turtle. That was our goal in life. After Ninja Turtles kind of happened, and the next TV show that came on was Batman, the animated series, and instantly I got hooked into Batman. I fell in love with it. Back then, there wasn't a lot of internet sources out there, so you had to go to your local comic store or you had to go to your local library. I started to go and read different writers and look at different artwork from different people, and I realized, well, I really like this artist, or I really like this writer. So let me see what else they have to go and offer to this world, because it doesn't just start and end with Batman. There's Superman, there's Wonder Woman, there's Luke Cage, there's, like you said, Spider-Man. There's this variety of different characters out there that's going to appeal to you. It might not appeal to everybody, but it could appeal to you. So seeing what that writer, that artist has, and learning, okay, well, I know they did Batman, what else have they done? Oh, they did Superman. I'm not a big Superman fan, but oh, they did Mr. Miracle. I love Mr. Miracle. Let me go and read what they have to go and offer in that. So that's definitely a solid tip. Either find a character that you love, or find an artist and find a writer that you love, and stick with it. Kind of explore what they have to offer.
Did you ever want to become Batman?
No, I didn't.
But you wanted to become a Ninja Turtle?
I wanted to become a Ninja Turtle.
But Batman is more feasible.
Yeah. I did not want to become a Ninja... I didn't want to become Batman. I wanted to become a wrestler. I wanted to become a Power Ranger. My brother wanted to become a fire truck. So, needless to say, we didn't go down any of those paths. So.
No, that's a shame, though.
Yeah, I could have been a really good Ninja Turtle.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go!
I know that what we're kind of basing our information on is primarily on comic books, but it applies to anything else that you guys want to get into in terms of just pop culture in general.
Even for anime, if you think about anime, like
Right.
I started off with Dragon Ball Z, and I fell in love with Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. I've watched Dragon Ball probably 2 times and watched Dragon Ball Z start to finish, I don't even know how many times, and that kind of helped me to go down a path of checking out different other animes and seeing what they have to offer.
Yeah, for Zoids on Cartoon Network got me into a bunch of mecha different animes. Zoids got me into all the different Gundams that I ended up started watching because robots.
Absolutely.
I love robots. So for tip number
2/3.
Tip number 2/3
is a big one, especially for those veterans out there.
Yeah, I think this is something that for the veterans will be more focused because of the fact that we get it because we've been there.
Yeah,
Being a new comic book collector specifically, or anyone who's getting into geek pop culture, you want to learn more, so you want to ask questions, but it's intimidating because there's so many people out there who already know so much information.
And it's like walking in or walking out of like Infinity War and like, well, who's Thanos? And it's like, you don't know who Thanos is really. So it does make you feel like you're left out. And being a geek back in the day, you definitely felt like alienated. You felt like you weren't part of the popular kids. And now the roles are all reversed, where it's like you want to know as much as you can about these characters so that when it comes time to watch this, you can be the BA dude who goes and says, yeah, I know who this character is.
So for you veteran people out there, I think a tip that we should all consider is be open, be welcoming to all these people who are willing to learn more about the culture and what we get into, because that's what's going to keep it alive at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I can agree 100%. There's times where I've gone into comic book stores and I felt awkward, like I didn't feel welcome to come in there. And my local LCS now over here, past, present, future, you walk in and they know me. They know me by name. They're like, hey, what's going on, Cookie? How's everything going? I go to another LCS, TATE'S, and that one's a lot more larger, but at the same time, I do still have that welcoming feel like, hey, what's going on? How can we help you? Is there anything we can do? You walk around, you go to the statues, you go to the comic book section. They're constantly there to go and help you out. Like, hey, I just ran into Silver Surfer. What can I do to go and like read more Silver Surfer? Where should I go? Oh, go to Fantastic Four because that's where Silver Surfer was introduced. Maybe it might be out of your price range, but here's a reprint of it or whatever the case may be.
I had a different situation for me. It was kind of a bad one, which is what we want to try to prevent with the veterans. Was that I was just learning about Spider-Gwen, Cindy Moon, Silk, who's I guess arguably the second Spider, or arguably the first Spider-Woman. Arguably. I had questions about her, and I wanted to see if they had their first appearance available. And when I went to go to talk to the salesperson at the comic book store, I asked, do you have the first appearance of Silk? And then I kind of paused and I said Cindy Moon, and he snapped back. Granted, I'll admit, maybe I took it back. Maybe I took it a little too personally, but he did snap back and say, I know who Cindy Moon is. And from there, I was just completely turned away from the comic book store. I just didn't want to go back because it wasn't more of a angry thing. It was just I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
I felt like I shouldn't have asked them because I didn't know. And we don't want to, if you're new, the more you're learning, you're still going to know more than someone else. And if there's someone that's going to come up to you and ask you a question, you want to be as helpful as possible because, we are a community.
Especially now, we're at a time where everybody needs a friend.
Yeah.
And what better way to get wrapped around than comic books? So That's
Right.
our tip number 2.5 to 3.
I don't even know what tip we're on anymore.
We're on a tip. Just some tip.
Some tip. And I'm hoping that this just this little tip
It's just the tip of the iceberg. It's a lot of tips.
Honestly, that was really good, dude. Just the tip of the iceberg, because I made that reference earlier. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of quick, but me and Cookie wanted to get out here and kind of start building this segment for you guys. So we'll continue helping you. We'll continue helping you along the way.
Absolutely. And if there is something that you guys are unsure about, you can always reach out to us. We have our email at support@JustALittlePodcast.com. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. And of course on here, you can always leave a comment below. We'll gladly go and talk to you. Don't be afraid to go and reach out to us because we're always here to help.
Yeah, go ahead and leave it in the comments below if you guys want us to cover anything specific. Although we might not know what we're talking about, but we know just a little bit, enough to have Just a Little Podcast.
There you go. Thanks guys for tuning in.
We'll catch you
later.
Was that a good closing?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, good. Because I wasn't sure. Whatever.
That was good. I'm ready.
I'm not. I've never done this with someone else. I'm used to just doing it on my own.
Whoa.
So it's weird.
Hey, what you do with your socks is your business, dude.
No.
You said you do it by yourself.
I imagine there's friends.
Watching you do it?
No, with me.
What, they're all doing it together?
Okay.
Hold on, so you imagine people watching you while you do your
God
first
damn
one?
it.